the window candles.
Thank you. The window candles. That's what I was trying to remember. Okay, but now we're going to move along with another product from Bethlehem Lights, and it is such a beautiful tree. And before you say, hey, I just was putting mine away, were you happy with your tree? Did you have to worry about putting extra lights on it because your lights kicked out? Did you have to hang a lot of stuff on it because it was bare, you could see holes through it, or it just doesn't have any life anymore? I want you to look at this Prelit Sitka Spruce Christmas tree, because this is truly part of their designer series at Bethlehem Lights. I have either 5 foot or 7.5 foot tall, but it's gorgeous, and I love the fact that it has this real lifelike appearance because of the different things tucked inside. Realistic looking pine cones, the elegance of magnolia leaves. So if you're from the South, you should truly appreciate this, and Rachel Pavis brings it with us today at such a fantastic value with it being on clearance price. This is awesome.
I love this tree. Again, you mentioned it's brought to us by Bethlehem Lights, and Bethlehem Lights really is the leader in the industry. And they've been bringing trees to QVC for literally over 17 years now, so they really know what they're doing. I love that they use incandescent bulbs. They have the power in the pole so that you easily put the tree together without all the cords running down. And then, like you mentioned, this designer tree is just so beautiful with the added little embellishments. You know, a lot of times when you go to the craft stores, you see people buying extra things to add to their tree to kind of beef it up. I have a friend who actually buys extra garland to fill in her faux tree.
And sprays.
Yes.
You know, to tuck in, and it's expensive.
It's so expensive. I mean, just to buy like 6 or 9 sprays can be really expensive. So I love that this tree has already done all that for you. You'll see that there are beautiful cedar greenery tips coming out of the tree, which really adds to kind of that designer feel. You mentioned the magnolia leaves too, and they're nice and beefy. I love that they have that texture, just like a real magnolia leaf. And then on top of that, they've even added real kiln-dried pine cones for you too.
So they are real. I was saying real lifelike. They are.
They are real, and they are kiln-dried.
So good.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Okay, so what I have to tell you again is our options. This has been wildly popular. Here's what we have left, and I can tell you not many. So if you want the 7.5 version, which is what Rachel is standing in between right now, you can choose it in either the all warm incandescent light, or you do have the option of the multicolored light. And I love the colors of these lights because you get gem tones, but it's very soft.
It is. And that's because they're incandescent bulbs. You'll see that it's the colors that we remember from our childhood.
Oh, yeah.
It's that beautiful red. There's that amber glow, that emerald green. I love the blue on this too. It's absolutely beautiful. So all the colors on the multi are just really kind of that classic soft look that we're used to with our multicolored lights.
Okay, in the 7.5 foot, I have about 400 to go around, and that is it. We're going to bring the lights down a little bit so you can just appreciate the glow. And then we're going to show you the 5 foot version, but we're actually going to put it together for you. That's why it's not out here right now, because if you live alone, if you're getting up in age and you're thinking, well, it's stunning, but I'd have a hard time putting an artificial tree together.
Yes.
It's really, really going to be easy for you. But look at this. It's just so stunning. Again, nice slimmer design too. You're not going to have to like rearrange your furniture. This will really fit nicely, whether you want it in your TV room. Maybe you just want to add a second tree, maybe in a foyer area, kind of in the entryway. That's why I love this, because you have the added extras of the pine cones and the magnolia leaves. Maybe you don't need to buy any ornaments for that if it's in your entryway. Maybe you leave this out past the holiday season because it's a nod to nature and the whole rustic decor that's hot in the market right now.
Yeah, and you know, this is actually the tree that my parents put up. They have it in their dining room. It tucks nicely into a corner. They don't have to rearrange all the furniture. And my parents are in their 70s, so the last thing that they want to have to worry about is dragging the tree up from the basement, trying to figure out, you know, each one of the branches, how they all fit in. This is just a gorgeous tree for them. Are you hiding?
I am, but and you'll see in a moment that you don't know where I went, right?
Exactly.
It's so
I could be
full
talking
and
to you over
rich
here.
and lush. Yeah. And then again, so I think the hardest choice, if you already know that you would love a 7.5 foot size, is which color to get. And that would be more if you want that nostalgic nod, if you're just a colorful person, or if you got young kids in the house, or maybe you just want to go with that really elegant, pristine, all warm white. So you know the 7.5 foot will weigh about 35 pounds. And again, it doesn't take up a lot of width or space, so you don't have to move furniture.
And that 35 pounds, it comes in 3 sections, so
Okay.
no one piece is too heavy to lift. So it is
Perfect.
very simple to do. I'm showing you here one of the molded tips because there's so many tips on the tree that are actually molded like this. And I love that it springs back to life. This looks so realistic that if you were to take a real Christmas tree branch from a tree that's out in nature, it's going to match perfectly. It looks the same. Also, that's a great shot of those lights too, the incandescent glow, that warm, fiery glow that we're used to from our youth.
And there, can I just tell you, 500 lights
Yeah.
that you're looking at here. Again, that's why you get such a magical glow. And I think there's more than 1,200 tips too.
Exactly.
So that's why it's full.
It is. It's full, it's lush. So even though it is a more slender profile, I love that Bethlehem Lights didn't skimp on the greenery at all. The branches are also really sturdy, and I'm going to show you that when we put the 5 foot together, because I think that's important to notice that it is still so well made, even though it is a slimmer tree. It's got a nice sturdy branches, memory wire, so it's going to spring into place for you, and it makes it easy year after year after year, because we recognize that Bethlehem Lights realizes that this can be an investment tree.
Okay, so number one, all you have is one cord, believe it or not, to plug into the wall. One cord, and that'll be it.
Exactly, and here's how your power works. You'll see that there's just your outlet comes right here, and then I'm going to take the first piece and put it together. Again, that 5 foot only has 2 sections plus the stand, and when we measure 5 feet, it's really from the floor to the top of the tree.
Okay.
So you'll see there's kind of a little notch down there that I'm going to line up. And then as I line them up and put it down, you'll see that the lights come on automatically. Everything springs into place, and you'll see because it has that memory wire in there, it just falls into places. I also love this shot here because you can kind of see how the lights come into the center, and it's just like a beautiful, so well lit tree.
And it's really nice because you can fuss with it. That way, if you are putting in an ornament and you need to just kind of make a little space for a larger size ball, you could do that. So it's really nice that you can play around with the branches.
So I'm just going to put the second the topper on here, and you'll see as I slide that in, it pops right into place. And just, you want to go around the tree and make sure that all the branches fall down into place. But that's it. Like, it's that simple to do. And then taking it down year after year, it's also that simple because, a lot of us now, we're getting ready to clean up from Christmas. I'm not quite ready.
I love the size for the 5 foot. Again, if you've downsized, moved into assistant living or a smaller apartment, perfect for those spaces. If you still want it up, you can actually put it on a tabletop to give it a little bit of height for the foyer.
Perfect,
or I know a lot of parents do personal trees in their children's bedroom.
Yes.
If you want the 5 foot, I want to let you know I have only the warm or the clear colored lights for you, the clear lights for you, I should say, and there's only 4 dozen left. And then it's gone and it's not coming back. We sold out of the 9 foot tree. We sold out of our 6.5 foot tree. So if you want that 5 foot, grab it now. 6 easy payments. Oh no, 2 dozen. Okay, so this is very popular.
Going quick.
$21.50 because we did put this on our best easy payment. So order with a credit card, break up this price. But trust me, if you know that you put your artificial tree away for the last year, you said to yourself, no more going to a tree farm. It's just too messy.
Yes.
Next year, I want an artificial tree. I get it. You may be tempted to want to wait for next year or Christmas in July. We'll have good deals, but it won't be like this. It won't be at this clearance price that's considerably saving you a ton of money by grabbing it now. Store it away, or heck, it's winter. Don't put ornaments on it. Just have it up as your nod to a winter wonderland and enjoying the season, and then put the ornaments on it for next Christmas season.
That's a great idea. And I love the idea that you mentioned too of putting that 5 foot up on a tree, because maybe you do really want the vertical height of your faux tree, but this will give you that by putting it up on a table or something. It gives you that vertical height, but you can cut down on your cost with it as well.
Absolutely. Quick question. If one bulb goes or breaks, because inevitably I've seen it happen, we've all lived that life.
Yes.
Am I going to lose a whole section of the tree?
You aren't. So what Bethlehem Lights has done is they've actually developed something called PermaSnap.
Okay.
And they did that because, as you know, Bethlehem Lights really got their start in the commercial business. And what they were finding is that small children were able to pull the lights out. So they actually made it so that it's a lot more difficult for the lights to come out.
Okay.
If a light bulb falls out, that's typically what happens. Then the light strand goes out. If one breaks, then the rest of the lights are going to stay lit. But we do also give you replacement bulbs. So if you see one that's broken or out, you can just replace it.
Fantastic. And how do I turn it on and off?
It just plug it in and it's on.
So I just have to unplug it when I'm at night.
Exactly.
The end of the night. Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic. Now you're looking at our 7.5-inch version. Here's where you do have the choice of either the all clear or the multicolor that you're seeing right there, which is so beautiful because it's warm incandescent. So it's giving you a nice softer feel to the yellows and the goldish orange and the greens and the blues and the red. Very, very, very pretty. In the 7.5-inch, again, I have less than 400 available, and you're getting more than 500 lights. The 7.5 comes in 3 sections.
Yes.
So again, don't worry about this being too heavy to handle. You just have one extra step as opposed to the 5-foot tree of putting one extra piece together. And these are great. Most homes have a standard ceiling height of 8 feet.
Exactly.
So you get this tree into your favorite room. You can still put your angel or star on top if you want to.
It's perfect.
But I can't stress enough with the Sitka designer spruce Christmas tree, it's so pretty you wouldn't have to put anything on it because of the gorgeous pine cones and the magnolia leaves. Oh, let me give you an update. In the 5-foot, I have 6 left.
Oh,
6
goodness.
right here. And then it is gone. It is not coming back. You do have 30 days to return it. If you get this home and you say, you know what? I don't know what Stacy was thinking. What was she drinking that night? She was talking about how beautiful this is. But trust me, you get it home and you're going to be like, wow, this was a tree that I was sitting there honestly contemplating after I saw it the first time going, okay, where can I put this?
Tree?
Because I need to have, it's just so pretty and I won't have to do really necessarily a thing to it in terms of adding to it in the ornaments. It's so pretty on its own.
And I love how you mentioned that it goes really great with that woodland theme that seems to be so on trend right now. I mean, it is beautiful on its own and you don't need to add ornaments, but if you want to, you really know that you can because I love that the branches are so thick and so sturdy. And it's great for nestling your ornaments in and it just can be so beautiful in any home.
Absolutely. That 5-foot, I'll tell you what, for years, I had a fake ficus, a couple of them in my house, and I would string lights on them to just give a warm glow.
Right.
I mean, this is so much prettier and fuller. If I had maybe a covered porch area at like a sunroom,
yes,
or I wanted to just ditch the ficus tree for the winter time
right,
and use this, again, don't have to put an ornament on it because of the pine cones, the magnolia leaves, and the cedar branches. It could be, my little fake house plant or tree.
Yes.
I don't have to string the light then too because it's pre-lit.
Right, that's a great idea. And I love the idea too, if you are picking up this 5-foot, how beautiful would that be in your foyer or in your entryway, in your side lights?
Oh, yes.
If you're picking up more than one, you could flank the front door like that. I think that would be absolutely stunning.
Great price at $129. Remember, Easy Pay breaks up the 5-foot into a monthly payment of $21.50. It was almost $300 when we first brought it in. The 7.5-inch version was almost 7.5 foot. What did I say, inch? Oh my goodness. Yeah. I know I'm not good at numbers, but that was pretty bad. Okay, 7.5-foot version was almost $600 when we brought it in. It is now $239 for a 7.5-foot pre-lit tree from Bethlehem Lights with about 500 lights on it.
500 on the 7.
And more than 1,200 tips.
Yes, and there's 250 lights on that 5-foot too if you're picking that one up. So it's chock full of lights.
Oh, 5-foot sold out.
Well, great if you got it.
And if you want the 7.5, 300 now to go around. You're absolutely going to love it. Just a great, great tree. H208506 is your item number. Okay, Rachel, let's move along since that is almost gone to something that our customers have loved. It's been a bestseller from Bethlehem Lights. These decorating made easy, especially if you have greenery or wreaths. Even think of your springtime wreaths.